Now, let's go over Valentine's Day for a second and what I seen in the media this morning. Some schools are not allowing their children or their students to have Valentine's Day. Why? Well, they say that it makes other children uncomfortable. Listen, life is not comfortable. You're supposed to go through uncomfortability. There's supposed to be uncomfortable times. It's supposed to build your character and stuff, especially Valentine's Day and things like that. That promotes something that we need in America, and that's for man and woman to reproduce. If a man and a woman do not reproduce, you do not continue the human experience. Life as we know it will cease to exist. So, at a young age, children should not be taught any sexuality at all in any way. Now, you could try to say that Valentine's Day promotes some sort of sexual or something, but I tell you what it does promote. It promotes normal life. Normal heterosexual. Yeah. Still drinking coffee, just woke up. Hope everybody's having a good morning. But as I'm saying, it promotes these things, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. As a matter of fact, that's what you are supposed to do as a person with morals, scruples, and that lives a life where they want to see life continue. They want to see us thrive. They want to see us do good. Okay, now there's a set of people that don't. They want us to digress. They want us to go backwards. They don't want us to reproduce. Do we have cloning that I don't know about or something? Do we have some way for two of the same sex to get together and say we're going to create a child together without ovaries involved or without testicles involved? I mean, that's not going to happen. We never had an issue, America. We never had a problem. Sure, there's things we may not agree with in society. But we know they were there and they were doing their own thing. Over the years, I've had plenty of gay friends, lesbian friends, all that stuff. I've yet to have a trans friend. I don't think I have any trans friends. I really don't. And I think if they were, they would just be gay. They don't need all this extra shit. All this extra. That's what it really bears down to is we're tired of the delusional making up genders, making shit up, dude. You can't. If you want to live in a movie and you want to live in sci-fi, that's your right. You have the right to do that. Every day can be cosplay for you if you want it to be. Truly. That's the beautiful thing about America. Try doing that shit in another country. It ain't flying. But you could do it here. But that don't mean it can go as far to infiltrate our schools, to infiltrate government policies. I mean, it's bad enough they rip fucking unborn babies out of the womb and fight for that because women are too goddamn lazy to give birth to a child or whatever the circumstances may be. We got a lot of issues going on in America that need fixed, and most of them need fixed in the home. In the home. Judge me all you want. Call me all the names you want. But at least my son knows the difference between a man and a woman. At least my son, all my children, are able to go through life in reality. They don't cater to people's delusions. They don't cater to people's weird fantasies and fallacies. Not to mention grade school, reading, writing, arithmetic. Okay? History, science. Those are what you learn in school. You don't learn shit about no goddamn little Jimmy thinks that he's Jessica. No, that's not grade school. That's not even fucking junior high for that matter. I don't even think it should be any school at all. That's something that's left at home for the parents to discuss with their children. Not to mention, if I found out that my child was going to a school and he was in grade school and they were talking about gender, sex, oh, no, it's done. It's over. Get my child out of that school. What are you doing? You're brainwashing my kid already to accept fantasies and fucking... It ain't even reality, dude. That's what's really burning me up here, is that children that go to school are supposed to learn 2 + 2 is 4. They're supposed to learn things, not learn fake science fiction. I'm really, really appalled by this term. The sex you were assigned to at birth. No. I want that gone out of the English language. I want all this stupid shit gone out of the English language, to tell you the truth. Reproductive rights? Are you serious? You're not reproducing. You're stopping reproduction, right? I mean, the wording, dude, the wording. They really try to fuck us around with this wording and pull the wool over our eyes. Okay, so if you have a significant other, let them know you love them today. Today is supposed to be for the men to buy women things, which is Valentine's Day, and Sweetest Day, as I've been corrected, is for the women to buy men things. So there's your Valentine's and Sweetest Day. Now, I was always taught growing up that Valentine's Day is Valentine's Day. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or girl. But that's where it ends. I don't know that in school, if there's a child going to grade school, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, right? 5th grade. If there's a child, 6th grade. If there's a child going to school and the parent is allowing the child to dress up the opposite gender, that's child abuse. That's way worse than anything I've ever done. You could say I neglect or I'm a horrible father or whatever, but God damn it, I'm not going to dress my little child up the opposite goddamn sex and send them to school to be made fun of. And they should be made fun of. They should. Make fun of motherfuckers. People make fun of me. People have made fun of you. Make fun of them. It builds character, and then teach them how to make fun back. You can't coddle some child its whole life and expect it to grow up and have a normal life. You're not. If I grab little Jimmy and little Jimmy turns into little Jessica at goddamn the 4th grade and I'm putting makeup and a dress on a child, that's goddamn child abuse. That child does not know the difference. Not to mention, a man and a woman can make a baby. A man and a woman normally, like if you got that round toy that kids play with and it's got the hole for the peg and it's got the square for the peg and a triangle for the peg. As hard as you want, you can try. And when I was a kid, I tried. You could take that round peg and try to put it in that goddamn triangle spot. It's not going to fucking fit no matter how hard you try. Oh, science. Oh, science can come in and cut that triangle into a hole. Now I can fit it in there. It didn't come like that. It wasn't meant to be done like that. That's not how this works. So to teach a child sexuality is wrong, because that's all it is. If a man and a man love each other so much and want to be around each other all the time, so be it. They want to get doo-doo on their ding-dongs, then so be it. And if that's what they're into, then whatever. We don't care. We never have. Ever since the goddamn 80s, we've never given a fuck if you're gay or not. We really don't. I don't care. Does not bother me. Not a fan of the flamers, not a fan of the sissies, not a fan of any of that shit. I've seen all that. I was in a joint, man. I've seen some of the craziest shit you ever even imagine in your mind. I've seen this shit, and it's appalling. I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. Like I said, I don't care who you stick your ding dong in. It don't bother me. It really don't. But that's not something that you teach children at all, because that's all that really bears down to. Love, honestly, if you want to get real, isn't even real. Love is a made-up emotion. Feelings are real. Cold, hot, hunger, thirst. Those are real. Sadness, it's not a real one. Love, it's not real. Now, can it feel real? It can. Why? Because the body can make these chemicals in your brain and make your body feel a certain way. So once your body's feeling that, then it's real. It's real. Oh yeah, it's real. Like depression. I say depression's not real because literally it's not tangibly fucking real. It's a mental thing. Now, is it real as in your body produced chemicals that made you feel a certain way? Yes. Knowing that, just knowing that much makes such a big difference. Why don't they teach kids this? Why don't they teach kids the truth about who they are and how their bodies truly operate? 2 dudes ain't gonna make a baby and 2 women ain't gonna make a goddamn baby. And that's all there is man and woman. If they even try in a school to teach a child, a small child, that there's some third gender, that teacher should be fired immediately, and the school should go a complete overhaul. It's done. Society is done with this. We're raising fucking pussies and wimps. We have a whole bunch of goddamn helmet kids running around. Helmet kids. Sure, I guess if I lived in $100,000 fucking neighborhood and had some, nowadays that ain't even shit. Live in some $500,000 to $1 million home neighborhood, and I take my child outside, and my child was born without a skull. So I put a helmet on. Man, get that kid out there and let them ride a goddamn bike and fall down and bump themselves and crying and then, you know, fix the wounds or whatever and get right back on that goddamn bike and ride again. Wear no helmets, man. Helmet, children, elbow pads, everybody wins. Don't talk to them like that because that child's confused. Or, no, little Jimmy is little Jessica. Sorry if there's somebody out there named Jimmy and Jessica. Sorry, guys. I'm using your names here because it's just the first ones that popped in my head. Sorry about that. I know some Jimmys too, and they ain't cool with that shit. They don't want me using their names, so we're going to stop from Jimmy and Jessica. And we're going to move to, oh, hell, him and her. Valentine's Day should be celebrated. Celebrate it. There's nothing wrong with that. Get this economy going again, too. Get that money out there. Don't let these people bully you. Don't let these people make you feel like, oh, you're being mean or something like that. Fuck that. It's time for the teasing to come back. It's time for us to make strong Americans again. Strong Americans. Not these weak fucking jellyfish, no spine having fucking people. If somebody, I watched a video yesterday, dude got on the bus smoking weed, right? A couple people like, hey, and one guy, a couple people said something, but one guy really spoke up and was like, hey, you can't do that on here. Now, mind you, there's people on the bus, they probably have emphysema, there's people on there who could have a goddamn oxygen tank, and smelling smoke is going to literally kill them. Wait till you get off the bus to light the goddamn blunt. That's what I'm talking about. There's a new breed of people in the world that don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, says, or otherwise, and they go out of their way to make others uncomfortable. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks or says about me, but at the end of the day, I do also. That's why I make my appearance a certain way. I gotta go shave my hair today. I gotta shave my little beard down, you know what I mean? Brush my teeth, all that shit. I do that every day because I care about my appearance and my hygiene and stuff like that. Don't want to go through life. It started back in the 90s when I was a kid. There was like this new culture coming along. I fell in it for a while. Like, I can't believe I ran around front sagging. I don't mind a little quarter sag in the back. If you want to sag a little bit, so be it. You can wear your clothes any way you want, honestly. At some point, there's no point in even wearing the goddamn pants. If you have your dick and ass all the way out of the pants, like the pants are down so far that literally your dick and ass are out of the pants. The pants are under there now, under there. And wearing a belt, man, you have got to be some sort of cartoon character, some sort of, you didn't make it out of the 90s at all. You are still there. Or you're just literally so spiteful and hateful at the world, you want them to all see your dick and ass as you walk around. It's just, I can't wrap my mind around it. You can't run. You can't function properly like that. I've tried. I sagged for years. I did all that shit for years. And slowly over time, the way I am and the DNA I have in me and the cloth I'm cut from, I at least open my eyes more and more to see, like, man, this shit's pretty fucked up. I'm trying this, but I don't like this. Something ain't fitting right here. This shit don't seem right, man. These goddamn pants. And before you know it, I was like, man, fuck this. And I started tightening that goddamn belt up more, and I was able to run. I was able to do things other motherfuckers had to stop to pull their pants up for. If you have to stop every 10 minutes to pull your pants up, man, what do you do? Like, what do you really do? Now, I'm not just picking on people that sag here. And I'm not picking on nobody for that matter. What I'm doing is just stating the obvious. And that's what makes people so mad too, is when you state the obvious. If you look at something and that goddamn thing is blue and 10 other people around you look at it and it's blue, and then you tell somebody, hey, look at that blue wall, and they're like, man, that wall ain't blue. That wall's red. That's what we're dealing with here. And the person looking at the wall even knows it's blue. But they're just gonna keep saying it's red. This shit is nuts. You got children? You better tell them little guys and gals, because that's all they could be. You better tell them immediately, the world's messed up. Don't think that this is real. You're gonna see some people running around that are not real. They are literally wearing a costume. Like literally wearing a costume. We all wear some sort of costume every day, right? We all have some sort of persona that we put on. And that's as far as your costume should go. Your costume should never be something to hide what you really are. I shouldn't wake up in the morning and put makeup on, shave my beard, put panties and a bra on and a little skirt and walk outside and expect people to look at me. It's obvious I'm a man. I'm not going to be able to pull it off as a woman. But, I mean, and then get mad if I go out in public and people are looking at me a certain way. Well, God damn it. Do these people not have mirrors in their homes? How do they get the purple, pink hair with the fucking, and I like colored hair, don't get me wrong. But once again, there's a level to this shit. With a choker chain and a fucking paint my face all ghost white with some fucking sprinkles all over it and color each fingernail and put LGBTQ in each fingernail. And I mean, what kind of circus show is this shit? Like, people are supposed to say, oh yeah, hey man, you people are fucking, you're normal, man. You people got it going on. You're cool, man. You know what? I want my kid to grow up to be just like you. You know what? Would be great is if my kid could go do drag hour. I wish my kid was a drag queen. Nobody's saying that. And if they are, they're committing child abuse if they have fucking kids. It's done. It's over. We're past it now. The amount of people that practice that, it's almost like a religion now. It's like a cult. The people that practice that shit, the numbers, you would be shocked, are so low. Not even 1% of America does that shit. Not even 1%. But for some reason, the media and all these people are able to round up the certain ones and put them all out there. Like there's some giant class of people in America. We don't give a fuck. This is America. And America was built and founded on man and woman and Christianity. You know, I don't practice religion like that. I'm not into tribalism, and I'm not going to sit here and bash religion. But fucking A, that's what it was. That's what God. Christian God. That is America. And if you don't like it, go the fuck back where you came from or to other country where they celebrate your God. It's that simple. You can't have a fringe group of people in America dictating American policies for the whole country. You can't bring prayer back in school. Don't got an issue with it. Oh, well, this child doesn't celebrate your God. Well, then whatever. You're in America. America celebrates the Christian God. It says right on the fucking money, in God we trust. Go spend the God tender money then, because that's what it is. That's what gets me. Is they want to rearrange shit to suit everybody. No, that's not how this works. You rearrange your way to suit America first. America first. Literally, I am so happy things are going the way they are. I am so happy Democrats are fucking falling backwards trying to save themselves with money that they have stole from all of us. You do see what happened here, don't you? $50 million for an LGBTQ Sesame Street in Iraq? So the Iraqis can extra hate us? Do you think in Iraq they have LGBTQ? Do you think in any of them countries where they have like strict moral obligation to each other? And that's something I really do admire about Middle Eastern countries that rule their people a certain way, and that's what they do. I admire it, because you don't have people over there stealing left and right. If they do, guess what? They cut their goddamn hand off. You know how many people be running around in America with no hands? Be a bunch of handless people in America. Not to mention, they're not letting all this shit go with the crazies. They're not. There's people that come in that are here in America and will walk down the street with a terrorist organization's flag. There are people in America that will burn the American flag. It's time for them people to go. It's time for them to go. Let Valentine's Day be a day we love America. Let America be our Valentine's today. That's what you need to do. Red, white, and blue. Oh, glory. Right? Pride in school, teaching it. They can't have Valentine's Day now in some schools. If you are in a school district and they're not allowing your child to have Valentine's Day, don't even send your kid to school. And then furthermore, you should go to the school and file a complaint through the city. Change your local government, guys. Change your local government back to what it's supposed to be. Back to an American government, not some proxy set up anarchist government that wants everyone to fail. They tried to bankrupt our dollar. They tried to bring in all these illegals so that they could bankrupt any systems we have for the poor. Did you guys not understand? The more you have of people, the less resources you have. So bringing all these illegals in and letting them flood in, come to find out they bought them cars. They bought illegal aliens cars. They paid for hotel rooms twice over the normal rate and put them up in there. I'm talking about presidential suites and shit. And Americans are walking around homeless, sleeping under boxes. Where is the moral efficacy here? Where is America? Where is America? Have you seen America lately? Well, I got good news for you. It's changing, and it's changing rapidly. So we need to keep backing Doge. We need to keep backing Uncle Trump, because obviously we put a mandate on him. The American people said, we want this. And lo and behold, now we're getting it. So once again, that school that your child goes to, they work for you. You don't work for them. Don't go down there and ever feel any kind of fear from them people. Don't ever go into any facility like that that is federally funded through your tax dollars. Don't go, you pay the principal's fucking salary, literally. So do not sit for 1 minute and think that them people don't work for you, because they do. And they're supposed to teach your children properly, not teach your children. I'm surprised they're not teaching flat earth theories at this point. Like, literally, they are going backwards. Backwards. They're teaching children that they can assign themselves a sex. You have got to be kidding me, man. It's like, I can't believe this is real, and it is. That's the craziest thing, is this shit is not just made up. I'm not telling you a story. I'm telling you the truth. And a lot of people don't like the truth. And a lot of people don't like me. They don't. A lot of people don't like my ideologies and the way I see the world and the way I live and the way I want the world to be. The way I see the world should be. The same as most of you do. Because it wasn't really that broken. Racism, and this shit's been dead for the longest. As a matter of fact, I know racism firsthand. I dealt with racism firsthand. And I got to be honest with you, I didn't see it the other way around. I don't remember groups of white people being racist to black people ever in my life. Mind you, my mother and father were complete opposite. They were far from racist. They mingled with every race. As a matter of fact, my dad was like the coolest dude ever. Hot rods and systems and rap music, and I mean, that was dude. He was in the streets. My dad was a whole different kind of person, and luckily, I was lucky to have parents that did not teach race to me. I didn't even grow up knowing that shit until I went to Ohio. Once I hit Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, that's when I felt racism. Not in the South. I grew up in the South there was blacks all around us. Nobody ever was like black, white. We just all mingled and did our own thing together. Never. I don't remember it being an issue ever until I moved to Ohio and I got on a school bus, the public school bus. And I went to the back of the school bus and sat down. Mind you, this is a TARTA bus. Public transportation I'm riding. And we stop at the McDonald's at Secor and Door. And all the kids from the neighborhood got on the bus. Well, when they all got on the bus and sat back there, they all looked around and realized there's one really bright person here. This is a Caucasian sitting back here with us. Then I got cracker, honky, all these words that I wasn't even really privy to. Then I'm just a kid, you know what I mean? Long hair, I'm talking with a country accent. I'm wearing body glove clothes. So sure, I should be made fun of. Different area. I'm used to that, moved around a lot. But I wasn't used to the racism. I wasn't used to the, you're inferior to me because you're white. You can't do the things I can do. And even worse than that, the neighborhood I grew up in, Secor and Door, when I was a kid, very nice neighborhood. Very nice neighborhood. All them homes, them people owned all them homes. All them homes were owned by their grandparents or parents, working at Libby Glass and Jeep. Brand new Jordans. All them kids I went to school with, I lived in the trailer courts. I'm really from poverty, like destitution, right? Lived in a trailer court, and these dudes are living in $100,000 homes and just fucking their lives up completely. Completely. Could go to college, could do everything, had every opportunity right there in front of them, and instead, a lot of them, I can't say all of them, and these are my this is my family. These are my brothers, and I love them. But we've made some bad decisions, me along with them. Probably way worse than them. They actually made better decisions than me. But race has nothing to do with that. And as soon as I moved there, that's when I learned about racism. Was from the North, from Toledo, from being called a honky, a cracker, and everything else. Jumped, beat, all that stuff. Never had that happen in the South, ever. So racism's only real when it's taught throughout a lifespan, throughout a childhood, throughout all these things. It's learned, it's taught. It's not naturally there. You put all the babies together, the same, all different colors. They all play. Hell, if nobody ever intervenes, nobody ever says anything to these people, they don't even know that they're different. Like they might, through their vision, see like, oh, you're darker than me. But other than that, or they might even have questions, and if explained properly, that when people were put on the earth, when people are going all over the earth, the closer you are to the equator, the darker your skin, yada, yada, yada. This is all known science. Teach it. Teach it to your children. Teach it to people. Then when they bring up past sins and they're like, oh, well, we learned about these people's plight. Yes, they had a hell of a plight, and so did these people, and so did these people, and so did your people. Because your people are the human race. That's where everybody's twisted. I'm white, I'm black. You're a human, dude. You just are. Your people for generations were further away from the sun than others. The equator. That's all this is. That's all it is, man. You people are so fucking weird and blind. Like to think that this ball of dirt that's been here for billions of years and already had other life on it, that's been wiped away and restarted. And to think in your mind that you're so much different and that you're treated differently because of maybe your skin or your sex choice or whatever it may be, that was all built up by some bigger power to try to destroy us, good and evil, okay? And I'm talking about on a tangible level here. These are real people that are manipulating us. And I wonder how deep that goes. I'd like to know that. I would like to know that. They always Rothorns or Rothschilds and whatever. Them families that rule the world and conspiracy theories and Illuminati and all that shit. The goddamn planet is billions of years old, and people are going to die along with all of us. You just live and you die. So it's Valentine's Day. Enjoy it. Go get your girlfriend and take her out to eat. If you don't have a girlfriend, go find a girl and buy her something. If you have children, give that little boy of yours some candies or whatever to go to school and give to the girl that he thinks is pretty. Remember this shit? I do. I remember giving a girl candy and then she threw it back at me because she didn't like me. But I remember giving another girl a card and we ended up being girlfriend and boyfriend. Valentine's Day is a great day. It's not a bad day. Don't let these people ruin it. It's bad enough you just sat and listened to my fucking rant, but I hope that I opened your eyes somehow and that you're not ill and upset and angry, more enlightened and educated on these matters and these subjects. If you feel differently from what I'm saying, please, I would love a forum, a debate of some kind, or even just tell me why. Can you tell me why I'm wrong? I mean, once again, I don't stop at one piece of history. I'm never going to dwell on one piece of history. That's where we get things so fucked up, man. You know that there was World War I, World War II, Vietnam War. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of wars, right? We talk about World War II all the time and don't even realize, there was a World War I before World War II. Okay, so once again, history, real facts there. There is no you're born any way you want and you assign your own gender. I can't deal with it no more. I can't. That's one of the reasons we moved away from the mainland out here to where we're at. this is one of the reasons, man. This and the election, and I didn't know what was going to happen, and world events, and maybe World War III would happen, whatever. I was taking extra precaution. Not to mention, it's fucking Hawaii. Who doesn't want to come and live on the beach in Hawaii at some point in their life? You not want to say, hey, you know what? I gave everything up for a couple months and went and lived in Hawaii on the beach homeless. It was fucking amazing. Yeah, and it is. Do it. Try it. What do you got to lose? Because it's all replaceable. The only thing that's not replaceable, can never be replaced, is your life and your memories. Cherish both of them.